Was the lost city of Atlantis fact or fiction? It's one of history's greatest mysteries, a legendary city swallowed by the sea. But could there be truth behind the myth? In this video, we'll examine the evidence and theories surrounding the lost city and let you decide if it was a real place or just a story made up by ancient writers. The story of Atlantis comes from the Greek philosopher Plato, who wrote about it in his philosophical works around 360 BC according to Plato. Atlantis was an actual historical place, a real island nation that existed 9,000 years before his time. He described it as a place of wisdom where a utopian civilization thrived, but it was ultimately destroyed by a catastrophic event that caused it to sink beneath the waves. Throughout history, people have wondered if Atlantis really existed. If so, where is it, and what happened to its people? Some believe that Atlantis was a real place, a historical city that sank into the ocean. They point to various pieces of evidence to support their claims, including ancient maps, texts, and archaeological findings. Others argued that Atlantis was just a myth, a story that Plato created to make a philosophical point about the dangers of greed and corruption. They believe that there is no evidence that Atlantis ever existed and that the story is not based on a historical fact. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence for the existence of Atlantis is a map that supposedly shows the location of the lost city. The map, known as the Poseidonus map, was discovered in 1960 and is named after the supposed location of Atlantis in the Atlantic Ocean, which dates back to the 15th century, shows an island that matches Plato's description of Atlantis. However, the map is not considered definitive proof because it is much younger than Plato's writings and could have been created after Atlantis had already become a myth. Another piece of evidence is a text known as The Destruction of Atlantis, which is a medieval manuscript that contains a detailed account of the lost city. The text, which dates back to the 12th century, was written by a man named Alexander Neckham, who was a chronicler of English history. In his text, Neckham describes the history and culture of Atlantis and claims that it did, in fact, exist. Despite these and other pieces of evidence, there is no consensus on whether or not Atlantis was a real place. Some experts believe that the story of Atlantis is just a myth, while others think there may be some truth to it. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to believe in the existence of Atlantis is up to each individual. What do you think? Was Atlantis a real city that sank into the ocean, or was it just a story made up by ancient writers? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.